Hey, RT96 Metallica. Good to have you. Let's open up the studio page. And we're just waiting on Flats. Waiting on the mouse. Oops. Oh, little mouse.
Yo, Fluffs, what's up?
Yeah. And unfortunately, we have to endure this shit. But I mean, it just proves how ignorant he is, how little he has, how empty a drum he is. Yeah, you think he's gonna apologize for what? For anything? I apologize. I thought Bob was smart, and now I apologize for being wrong. That's probably what we'll see. Something like that. Let's turn a light on.
Good to see you all. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. It's going to be an exciting one tonight. It's going to be something different, but it's good to see you guys. We have Michael Khan, Jeff, Ryan, Dave, and PJ in the house.
Yo,
Hey guys,
what's up?
good to be here as usual.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys. I'm glad you could make it. It's always good to see you guys. We do have votes already. Bob should concede he was wrong. 53% say yes, no 47%. Oh, shame. I say he should, yes.
But he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong, Mouse. You were wrong. You were completely wrong about flight dynamics.
Yeah, Bob should learn the rules.
Yeah, and we already
He was
got a
fine with
super
it.
chat from Roger Ledwell. Thank you very much. He says, thanks, Bobs, for making more flat earthers daily.
I don't think he'll
Thanks,
go.
Bob.
I'll be highly surprised if he ever debates again. I will.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was. I'm not here to debate you.
I know.
Oops. Hold on.
But I'm just a dumb flirter. I wouldn't know anything.
It was bad. But it's good to see you all in the YouTube lands as well. Thank you for coming. Please hit the likes, share the show. Really appreciate everybody. Yeah, you guys
Oh, I'm sharing it.
are awesome. Okay, so I have to correct myself on something though. In the debate, I got mixed up with my words once. After
Once? Once? Okay.
I said it correctly with the Coriolis, I said we are. The first time I said it correct, and the second time I said it incorrect, but I didn't realize I did. I mixed up inertial and non-inertial reference frames again.
No, you assume that there's two reference frames, moron. That's what you assume. That's what you got wrong.
Yeah, I do.
So there I corrected myself. Okay, guys, that's the show over. Let's go home.
That's been fun. Join us next time on Flatso.
Yeah. The Globers are thinking, oh,
So a completely useless apology. He's not smart enough to realize that he was completely wrong about all of it.
he's going to say sorry for everything. Sorry for what?
But he's got his echo chamber. He's got his echo chamber to back him up there, to convince him that he's right. Because they're just as dumb as he is.
For literally just not realizing I changed it around after I already said it right the first time.
I'm pretty bad though in the inertial and inertial. I'm always
It's
I always
actually
not remember which frame's which.
it's actually easy if you think about it. Just imagine.
It's actually easy if you think about it. If you think about it, inertial means movement, and non-inertial means non-movement. So that's what most people would think. So no, it's not easy when you think about it, idiot. It's not easy for you, is it?
Imagine the inertia
I mean, you get it wrong. There's only one reference frame, man.
as movement, and
The
then you
movement,
must think,
yeah.
okay, the plane is the one moving.
The
So
non-inertial.
we are on the non-inertial. Sorry,
The non-inertial's moving in it.
the Earth, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if you think of it backwards, that makes it
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
Think of the plane moving inertially, so think of that as inertial plane.
And that is like non-moving or moving in a uniform fashion, doesn't it?
So if the plane is moving inertially, that's the inertial frame. No, it's not. No, it's not. He's just not smart enough to be smart.
It's not changing, sort of thing.
In a linear fashion, and then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
observe it linearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see you guys. And then I'm thinking I got a few things we can correct Bob on with citation.
Oh, are you gonna correct Bob? Oh, God love his little heart.
But I want to get
Hey, West Side Girl Reacts. Thanks for coming.
back to a very quick thing that I think I found very interesting that I'm definitely going to make a shortcut from it. This is like was excellent. I loved this part of the debate. I'm sure everybody had their own favorite part, but to me, this was one of my favorite parts.
My favorite part was where Bob just laughed at you because you're so ignorant. That was my favorite part.
Let's get it's on screen, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is going to be the horizontal reference set by the plane when we're taking off on the one
Yep.
side of the okay?
Okay.
We got the plane
That
going that
he still doesn't understand. Oh my gosh, he still hasn't like researched any of it. Still hasn't. He just went into his echo chamber, retreated back after flying the white flag, went to his echo chamber, and they reinforced his ignorance. That's what happened. He didn't bother researching anything, looking anything up.
way. So that's a horizontal. We got the vertical going this way.
Okay.
It's set that rigid
Right, what's vertical in reference to? What is vertical in reference to? The Earth, right? Right?
plane. You would agree rigid plane means it stays always in that reference. That
Right, the gyroscope does. But then Bob also instructed you and reminded you of the pendulous vanes, which allows the gyro to correct itself. So you're wrong,
that's
buddy.
if you don't
You're
have
wrong.
that reference staying rigid, you won't know your orientation.
Are we talking about an INS or an attitude indicator?
Just gyro. We're just making
No,
a
no.
simplest part.
No.
Just gyro.
This is the gyro.
One
staying
gyro
on
or
the right.
three?
Can't answer a question.
This is all three. They set in the run.
All
You got
three.
your vertical,
Gotcha.
you got your horizontal. Notice
Mhm.
even that is based on the 3 dimensions in a box, as you said. So to be a
Okay.
horizontal, okay?
Yep.
Now when I fly the plane, and let's say I've gone now to the equator now, it's going to be facing this way, correct?
Okay. Where's your horizontal at the equator?
According to a rigid plane, it should now be there, which would show your vertical.
This was my favorite part.
That's
Yeah.
horizontal at the
You're
equator.
laughing, yeah.
That's what I asked you.
See, he can't understand the concept of this. He thinks that down is south or south is down. That's what he thinks. Man, so sad.
Did you know what a rigid... Sorry?
I said really laughing like.
I know
Because
it's
he
crazy
knows
that
he's in a
laughing.
pickle. Because he knows
No, because you're absolutely wrong and you're demonstrating your ignorance. That's why he's laughing at you, Flatzoid. He's laughing at you. He's mocking you because you're so ignorant.
he's in a pickle, and he's literally going to validate my argument. This is why I said this was my favorite part of it, because he goes, takes a ball with a plane, and literally does what I do here,
Yeah,
and he says I'm wrong.
yeah.
Hmm.
You can collaborate that if you get an handheld gyro and try moving it around in a circle. You'll see it'll do that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank
Oh
you,
my
Roger
God.
Edel, for your $2
Holy
super chat. He
crap.
says, think of
Holy-
dogs and fleas.
Holy cow, these people are not smart at all. It's very pathetic.
Is Bob the
Mm.
flea? Thank you
I
very
mean,
much
the
for the
thing's
super chat,
obviously
Roger.
vertical to orientation on the equator when it was horizontal to the other. If the thing is set rigid to a position, what is it? You should be able to show it processing
Mm.
as you go around the curve.
Really? Why? Why should you be able to show it processing around the curve? Do you know how far that is right there? It's about 6,000 miles. It's 6,000 miles. A plane flies at about 500 miles an hour on a good day. So that would be 2, 4, 6, a 6 hour, no, 12-hour flight. Why should you notice it? Why should you notice it?
And you never
If it takes you 6,000 miles in your car to complete a 90-degree turn, are you going to notice yourself turning? Of course you won't, because it's too gradual. It's sort of like trying to see the hour hand of a clock move. You can't see it move. Man, these guys.
will. That's retarded thinking. I don't know what this.
That was my whole argument, and he never shown it. I mean, that's why I said I don't think these guys know what rigid plane means.
I don't think you know what anything means, Flatzoid. Honestly. You've proven it.
Oh,
It
no,
means it doesn't change. It keeps the same orientation.
I mean, you don't know what rigid frames are, or you don't know what frames of reference are. You don't know what inertial and non-inertial reference frames are. I mean, this video you made is completely about how you got inertial and non-inertial reference frames wrong, and right after that, you got it wrong again. You are the most pathetic, sad individual on YouTube. Just completely dishonest, have no intention on learning anything, and you think you're teaching people.
Yeah.
So that horizontal will stay that same horizontal no matter where they are on their beloved ball. It literally got
Unless the gyroscope is corrected by pendulous vanes that are part of the mechanism. But you deny those, right? You deny them because you didn't bring them up when you were talking about it, right?
nothing to do with gravity at all. It's literally just
Really? Nothing to do with gravity? It has everything to do with gravity, man. Yes, it has everything to do with gravity. The attitude indicator has everything to do with gravity.
keeping its own rotational rigid plane set. That's why in the INS you got your 3 different axes, which also debunk him, by the way. Which
I mean, how do you think an attitude indicator worked before they had gyroscopes? Before they put those in planes, like in World War II, it was just basically a plumb bob, a weighted ball, and when you tipped, when your plane went down, the thing went the other way, and it showed you the attitude of the horizon, or the world around you, the sky and the ground, to you. So, but they had a problem with people going beyond the limits of that. See, if you take a bucket and swing it, the force is outward, and it doesn't show you the true relationship of the thing to the ground. And that's the problem they ran into with planes, is because when you're exerting a force on something, it will give you a false reading of the world around you.
we're going to go through as well, because he told me I'm wrong.
Hey, 2 Wolves, long time no see, man. It's been
Yeah.
Mm.
Wolves, man. Yeah, right.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, it's Peebly.
Hey, Brian. Let me actually say hi to everybody that can see there. Lev, Jeff, Brian, Michael, Vicky, Nachikita, Daniel, Who else? Ryan Q as well. What's up, man? Norman, thank you for coming. Mojo Shop. Hey, One Mind, One Spirit. Glad you could make it.
Oh, they've added,
If I do miss you guys, I'm sorry.
They've added another dynamic to the mouse cult, slander, calling Rachie a raging alcoholic. So I think that's pretty disgusting of Miss Queen Bee Mod or whatever the heck her name is. It's pretty vile.
Roger Ledwell, always good to see you, man.
Norman
Sovereign
Cross.
Souls in there. Thomas Larson as well. Hey.
Daniel
Ryan
Watson. Norman
Michael
Cross.
Kwan. Yeah, there's just so much people, but it's good to see you all. Thanks all for coming. Just hit the likes, share the show, guys. But let me go on because this is like literally the point made here.
Rigid plane means. Is that your horizontal at the equator?
Well, it's supposed to be a horizontal set from point A to point B, the same horizontal, no deviation.
What do we
shown.
call that line that you just drew down there by the equator? What's that called?
In reference to the
No,
point
in
A,
reference to that point on the Earth.
So it would now be vertical, correct?
Very good.
Wow. Huh, how about that?
Right. So that would mean if I had to keep it in reference with
That would mean you're wrong about the gyroscope. That's what that would mean.
the flight, let me put the plane how it would show then, according to not dipping down.
Jesus Christ. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what he did. Look at what he did. Look at what you did, Mouse. You think planes fly like that?
So you think
Good Lord.
that if I start at the North Pole and I fly to the equator, I'll be flying straight up. That's the way you look at this, huh?
If you
I mean, think about it, man. Do you even think about what's coming out of your brain at all?
follow what we observe, there's no
He's laughing at you because you're so wrong. And you refuse to do any kind of research or even try and educate yourself. You just think you're right because these knuckleheads say you are.
so you
This is
don't
how ridiculous the globe is, guys.
The gyro is a rigid plane. Like it holds its position. You can't force and turn it. It does.
Right. Yes, it holds its position, but then the pendulous vanes allow the attitude indicator to correct itself with gravity. That's what happens. So you get the gyroscope is connected to the attitude indicator, right? Here's the attitude indicator, the ball, and here's the gyroscope. And it holds it in the rigid space as it moves, right? It doesn't move. But if it gets too out of whack, the pendulous vanes allow the attitude indicator to correct itself, and then it can go on. You're not smart, man. You're very, very, very ignorant. And it seems like you're proud of it.
Doesn't move. Like it's impossible to try
Yes, sir, Citizen 9.
and turn that thing. And yet he's still stating, "Oh, well, gravity." Well, I'm sorry, pardon?
Yes. The pendulous vanes rely on gravity to work. They release the ball or allow the attitude indicator to correct itself due to gravity, and then the pendulous vanes right them or close the passages, the vacuum holes back up, and then the gyroscope takes over again. You're not real smart, buddy. You didn't bother to research it, did you? Nope.
Mhm.
What's gravity got to do with it?
Exactly. But that's what they do claim, is that gravity keeps the
No, that's what is real. We don't claim anything. We try and educate you on it. See, there's no claiming. It's an established fact.
rigid plane like that. But the gyro has nothing to do with gravity.
No, it doesn't. It has everything to do with the spin of the Earth.
Nothing.
Nope. Pendulous vanes. They think, oh, pendulous vanes, it works. No, the
Yes, that's what the pendulous vanes do.
pendulous vanes is just putting it back in its orientation.
Right, because gravity causes the pendulous vanes to swing out of the way so that the whole thing can right itself, and then the pendulous vanes cover the hole. I mean, it's in the manual on how it works, man. I mean, every bit of documentation on the thing completely disagrees with you. So, like I've said before, show one citation that says you're correct and all of aviation is wrong.
Original orientation, guys, because you're trying to force it out of sync. It's not accounting for Earth curve. The pendulous vanes have absolutely sweet bugger all to do with gravity.
Well, you're wrong, and it's provable that you're wrong. You're just not smart, man, and you're too cowardly to admit that you're wrong.
It's openings with little fins that open and close so the air
Right, from gravity.
can push through so it can get back to its orientation. Oh man, but anyway, yeah, just carry on.
Yeah.
And physically have
Yeah, just because it's in the manual. Yeah, that was the biggest nuh-uh of the night. He just can't face reality. He's terrified.
a curve now. But watch this.
You think that you think a plane?
Watch this.
Do you honestly think, Flatsoid?
This is why this is my favorite. Oh man!
And don't forget my.
But this is why it's my favorite part of the debate. Is like
Man, you love self-abuse, don't you?
insane. Oh, Vix
Hate
Actor
those
Plus. Thank you, Vix.
Tastes like crap.
No, Buckley's is the one that tastes like crap, but it works.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That an airplane?
Now taking reference what I just showed on.
My dad told me the cure for chapped lips was you find a cow that's in heat, female cow that's in heat. You walk up behind its nether regions and you grab a big fingerful of that foam and you rub it all over your mouth. It won't help your chapped lips, but you damn sure won't lick them.
On screen, okay, and he laughed at me, and then
Yes, because you're hilariously ignorant. That's why he laughed at you. And he's showing you how ignorant you are right now.
and look at what he does.
Flies around the earth like this.
Yes, that's what you said, that how a plane flies, Mouse. That's what you said.
It has an angle of attack of about 2
Right, but it doesn't fly up. It doesn't fly perpendicular to the earth like that.
to 3 degrees.
Do you think that it flies around the earth like this? Come on, Flatsoid.
That's
He
what he
doesn't think,
thinks.
real quick, he doesn't think it's a ball. So what you're saying is kind of non sequitur.
Yeah, because he's not smart. He can't prove that it's not, right? So, and what's funny is they demand that if we get a little thing wrong or if we misspeak, that we have to concede to them. But they never concede when they're wrong. They can't prove anything they claim, but yet they don't have to concede that they're wrong. They're presented with demonstrable, irrefutable, repeatable evidence. But that's not good enough, right? They don't have to concede for that. But if we have a slip of the tongue, right, or get a number wrong, then we have to concede that the Earth is flat. Isn't that hypocritical? Kind of cowardly.
All right. Well, well, that's
Not what
his
he's
problem.
claiming, though.
No.
Yeah, that's what
Yes, that's his problem.
he's claiming.
Wow.
Okay, and then he
Absolutely.
gets to
I don't think he gets it. He doesn't.
But see, the question wasn't, Jaron, the question wasn't, do you think it's a ball? He said in reference to a spherical Earth, is this how you think the plane moves? And he couldn't answer that.
Get it at all.
yeah. Now he's gonna do it. Now he's gonna do it, guys. Watch.
It's the North Pole. Here's my airplane. It's a set height above the ground. When I come over here,
Yeah, see, down is not south, Mouse. Down is not south. Down is toward the center of this thing. So why is that funny?
back is still level.
Dip the nose.
No, you don't dip the nose. Again, you do not understand three dimensions. Pretty sad.
Oh, the nose isn't dipping. It doesn't have anything with where anything to do with where the nose is. It simply follows the curve around because this direction is down no matter where you are on the globe.
That doesn't dip the nose. We're literally showing it dips the nose.
No, he's not. He's showing you that it's following the contour of the Earth. See, we don't live on the moon, Mouse. We don't live on the moon. This is not our frame of reference. Sitting on the thing is our frame of reference, okay? You're just completely dishonest. You don't understand stuff, so you have to lie to make up for your inadequacies. Absolutely, Citizen 9.
Yeah, it's like I'm dipping the nose, but I'm not dipping the nose.
Yeah.
You understand?
I don't understand that, how they can think that way. That just hurts my brain.
It's so good,
But I'm just a dumb flirter. I wouldn't know anything.
isn't it?
He just literally replicated what I drew on paint and
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
told me I'm wrong. But replicated it and told me he's right.
Yeah.
No, what you drew on paint is completely ludicrous and shows that the plane is standing nose up into the air when it gets to the equator. That's what you showed, Flatzoid. You showed a plane going like this. That's what you showed. A plane flying like this, and then gradually it has to fly like this. And then if it goes further than the equator, it has to fly like this. So it'd be upside down at the South Pole. So you're dumb, and you've proven it.
God.
Wow.
I mean, you're proving it right now. You're doubling down on your derp. Okay? You're doubling down.
That's unbelievable. Yeah, somebody said in chat, and I love how Bob thinks he has the right to be condescending. You know what I mean? He does as well.
Yeah. When you're talking to a mental child, when you're talking to an intellectual toddler, yes, you do have the right to condescend, especially when that toddler can't get it after 7 years. 7 years you've been at this, Flatzoid. 7 years you've been proven wrong. Isn't it about time that you be honest and concede that you are wrong?
Like that, though, don't
Yeah,
they?
that's right.
They all do, yeah.
They all think that they're way smarter than you.
Yes, we are way smarter than you, PJ Crookshank. We definitely are way smarter than you. You've proven it. I've proven it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or is that Michael Kahn? I can't tell them apart. They both sound like they're hammered.
That's right.
They do.
That's crazy. Okay. Then the next thing I wanted to bring on, or let me see what's the best one to start. We can start with this one. The gyro.
It's just damage control. Bob obliterated him, and now he has to rally his troops. Oh no, he didn't beat me. No, I proved him wrong because I said words and couldn't understand physics. That's all this is.
Compass. That he says is not based on magnetics.
No, the magnetic gyro compass is not based on magnetics.
Okay.
So what is he looking up? Here, let me turn this. Oh, he's only at 720. I want to see what he's looking up here. Sorry.
I'll just make a big screen. What else? Bob, please pay attention, okay? This
Is this going to be about the gyro compass or what?
one, I'm just going to quickly bring 3 points up about the gyro compass. Number one, first, the gyro must be made to stay in the plane of the meridian. Do you know why that is? Does anybody know why it needs to stay in the plane of the meridian?
Because that's the plane reference.
Let's see. Mechanical. Dude, I can't spell. Gyro compass.
Like the reference plane, your horizontal reference plane point.
So let's go to the full screen. This article is about devices used on ships for the type of gyroscope used to determine aircraft heading. See heading indicator, which is probably what he's talking about here. A gyrocompass is a type of non-magnetic compass which is based on fast spinning disks and the rotation of the Earth or another planetary body if used elsewhere in the universe to find the geographic direction automatically. A gyrocompass makes use of one of the 7 fundamental ways to determine the heading of a vehicle. A gyroscope is an essential component of a gyrocompass, but they are different devices. A gyrocompass is built to use the effects of gyroscopic precession, which is a distinctive aspect of the general gyroscopic effect. Gyrocompasses such as fiber optic gyrocompasses are widely used to provide a heading for navigation on ships. This is because they have 2 significant advantages over magnetic compasses. They find true north as determined by the axis of the Earth's rotation, which is different from navigationally, more useful than magnetic north. And they have a greater degree of accuracy because they are unaffected by ferromagnetic materials such as in a ship's steel hull, which distorts the magnetic field. Aircraft commonly use gyroscopic instruments but not gyrocompass for navigation and attitude monitoring. So go ahead, man. Let's see what you have to say about it. Let's see what your cherry-picked citation says.
But do they set it to the meridian so it's got that reference?
No, they do not set the mechanical gyrocompass to anything. They turn it on, and it sets itself automatically to north because of the Earth's spin and gyroscopic precession. Just what I read here.
Yes.
So when a gyroscope spins and it has precession, and it's set to a certain point, aka the meridian, will it always be in a default position to point north to the meridian?
No, it won't, because it will precess, and there's nothing to stop its precession. It'll just keep precessing. So you don't know how gyroscopes work, do you?
Yes.
So in other words, it's guided northwards based on how it's orientated?
No, it's not. So you would have to orient it to north. See, if you oriented it somewhere else, it wouldn't work, Flatzoid. See, and you're not talking about the mechanical gyrocompass. You're talking about a directional indicator or an attitude indicator. That's what you're talking about. See, it's 2 different things, but you're not smart enough or honest enough to realize that.
And set. Nothing to do with Earth curve. Nothing to do with Earth rotation. It's mechanical.
Is that it? Gyro compass, basic principles, operation of and usage on ships. See if I can't find that. To make it seek the meridian. First, the gyro must be made to stay on the plane of the meridian. Second, it must be made to remain horizontal. Third, it must stay in this position once it reaches it, regardless of what the vessel on which is mounted does or where it goes on Earth. To make it seek meridian, a weight is added to the bottom of the vertical ring, causing it to swing to its vertical axis and thus seek to align itself horizontally. That's with gravity. And it'll tend to oscillate, so a second weight is added to the side of the sphere in which the rotor is contained, which dampens the oscillation until the gyro stays on the meridian. With these 2 weights, the only possible position of equilibrium is on the meridian with its spinner spin axis horizontally. But he missed all this. He missed all this. He passed. Oh, you can't see it. See, he's starting here. He's starting here, right? That's where he's starting. But he's missing all this. He's missing all this.
Another $2 super chat from Roger Ledwell. He says, "Thank you very much, Bob."
See, he had to look for something that didn't say anything about non-magnetic or gravity or anything.
Reminds me of a young Indiana Jones. No, no. No, don't do that to Indiana Jones, man. Come on.
What?
You're insulting him.
Super chat, man. Oh, anyway, that was so that.
So he's going to say that it's not non-magnetic, right? That's what he said. Well, the next paragraph down says, to make the gyro seek north, a system of reservoirs filled with mercury, known as mercury ballistics, is used to apply a force against the spin axis. The ballistics, usually 4 in number, are placed so their centers of gravity exactly coincide with the center of gravity of the gyroscope. Precession then causes the spin axis to trace an ellipse. One ellipse taking about 84 minutes to complete. This is the period of oscillation of a pendulum with an arm equal to the radius of the Earth. So I wonder if he'll read that. Wonder if he'll read all this. Or if he'll just stop here. Let's see. Let's watch.
That was number one. It was just so you know, okay. The reason it shows north, goes to north, is because it's set mechanically to go that way.
No, it's not set mechanically to go that way. It's not. If you would have read the stuff before here, you'd know this, man. See, he's just gaslighting his audience now. He's lying about information that he's showing on the screen.
A lot of gyro compasses
Telling them, don't read what's on the page. Listen to what I say.
use weights. They're actually weighted. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There's a.
Yeah. Why do you think they're weighted, Mouse? Why do you think they're weighted? It's because of gravity. It'll tell you later in the article.
Look at that. Are you trying to force it out of?
Nah, I didn't. Yep.
I haven't got it spinning yet. Hang on.
Yeah, but spin it quickly, okay? It's kind of difficult. It wants to stay in that.
It does.
You see. Now, they stick weights on that.
No, it wants to precess because of the spin of the Earth. That's what it wants to do.
So it can.
I've never had a gyroscope stand straight up. They always want to precess. They always want to wobble.
Stay to the line of meridian. So it will be able to show northward when it precesses. Not because of Earth turn, but because you're physically making it go to that default position.
No, it is making itself go to that default position because of the mechanism. So you're completely wrong, and you're gaslighting.
Because I think it's the right thing.
But I mean, you gaslight your own children. So you have nothing, no, you have no reserves about gaslighting strangers. I mean, you're cruel to your children like that. You don't care what you tell strangers, right? It's pretty sad. Yes, it does. It mentions both of those RT96.
And rule, it's 90 degrees. So that's why it's set that way. Okay.
Is he going to scroll down? Is he going to scroll down?
Okay. Second, it must be made to remain horizontal.
Right. Yes. Yes.
What?
Oh, no.
That's it.
Yes, horizontal is a thing. Yes, it's a thing, Mouse. Yes.
What was that word again?
I think it's something to
I
do
don't know.
with
It's a difficult word to say.
horizontal. Horizontal.
Curvizon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Curvizontal. That's it. Curvizontal.
Yeah.
Love is on shield.
Horizontal.
Yeah, horizontal, Bob.
I'll purposely mispronounce the word
Yes, horizontal, perpendicular to the Earth's surface,
just to get that through to people's line.
or parallel to the Earth's surface, not perpendicular. Perpendicular would be perpendicular to the Earth's surface.
Heads.
Plumb would be.
Horizontal. Horizontal. Okay,
Yep.
horizon,
Absolutely.
flat, level.
Listen to these simpletons.
Hmm.
Sometimes
And
I
then,
don't.
we have to read number 3. Third, it must stay in this position once it reaches it, regardless of what the vessel on which it is mounted does or where it goes on the Earth. So that means if I've set that horizontal and I've set it to the meridian, it stays that position no matter where I go on the Earth. That is game over, Bob.
Thanks, Bob.
But how does it find north all by itself? Explain that.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah.
The Dave
Or explain that away.
Bob
Making more flat earthers.
by bringing his own arguments up that show it's not a globe.
Notice he isn't scrolling at all. Go down to the next paragraph there, mouse.
They
Let's read
always-
further. To make it seek the meridian, a weight is added to the bottom of the vertical ring.
Yeah, because gravity wants to make it seek the meridian.
Uh-oh, why is that? That comes back to part 1. Remember we said number 1? Causing it, listen it, what is causing it to swing on its vertical axis?
That would be gravity.
And thus seek to align itself horizontally. It will tend to oscillate. This is the precession.
What meridian means? Let's look up the definition of meridian. The highest point reached, an imaginary circle on the Earth's surface passing through the north and south poles, a half such a circle included between the poles, a line on the globe or map representing a circle or a half circle and numbered by degrees of longitude. And that brings up another point. Why are the degrees of longitude marked off in degrees of a circle when it's supposed to be flat and straight? See, the degrees of longitude are the ones that radiate out from the center of the flat Earth pancake. And they're straight, but yet they're divided into degrees of a circle, 360 to be precise. So why is that?
So a second weight is added.
I mean, the flat Earth is the default, right? The flat Earth map was created before the globe was created, right? So why is it degrees of a circle?
To the side of the sphere in which the rotor is contained, which dampens the oscillations until the gyro stays on the meridian with these two weights. Ouch. That's quite damning. I don't even have to go on, do I?
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Yeah, because you're missing a lot of information there, Mouse. You do need to go on, but you won't, will you? Because you know what's waiting.
I could have shown this
See, you can see what's down there, but we can't.
stuff last night with the debate, but it would have been, let's roll the debate this, instead of him just backing up his claim, horizontal doesn't change and so forth.
Horizontal doesn't change on a spherical Earth? Okay.
So I just thought, okay.
Hey, George Haynes. Good to have you here.
Let me stick it in the chat for everybody. There we go. There's the link if you guys want it. You can go read through it as well. That's
So how many people do you think in his chat are going to actually click on that link and go read it? How many?
just number 1. Let's move on to the next one. This is actually the one I cited for him on this.
So he won't read the rest of it, right? Because it proves him wrong. See, that's your citation, Flatzoid. It's your citation, Mouse. And your citation, stupid ads, your citation directly contradicts you. See, this is your citation proving you correct, right? Why does your citation prove you wrong?
The debate, by the way.
Just more dishonesty from this pathological liar. It's rather disgusting. It really is.
Anything before we go on, guys? You got any questions? Anything to say?
Yeah, why didn't you play the rest? Why didn't you show the rest of the article, Flatzoid? That's my question.
I'm good.
I'm sure Bob made a very specific claim that magnetics has nothing to do with the gyro compass, correct?
Right. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And the article that you cited starts out by saying gyroscope. Where is it? Does it say non-magnetic here, or did I read that somewhere else? There it is. Gyro compass is a navigational compass containing gyroscope motor that registers the direction of true north along the surface of the Earth and does not depend on magnetism. See, it says it right the first sentence, Flatzoid, after the title and the links. It says it right here. So why are you lying? You obviously saw the first sentence because links don't open up into the middle of the page. They start at the beginning, Mouse, and you totally glossed over that. Didn't you?
Correct.
He did.
He did. Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, his Muthal grid of vision. Yeah.
A gyromagnetic compass. Sorry?
I think you said them words. Them actual words, yeah.
A plane uses a gyromagnetic compass.
Right. That's not a mechanical gyro compass. That's not the same thing, Mouse. You are talking about something completely different.
You would think in the word magnetic.
But that's not the gyro compass, Flatzoid. You're wrong. You're lying about it.
It would tell you something.
But a magnet doesn't mean it has magnetism. That's what it means.
So the
Gyromagnetic compass. Here's his article. It's a horizontal gyro slaved to magnetic north by a magnetic field detector. But see, in the beginning of this article about the gyro compass, the mechanical gyro compass, this thing here, it says it's non-magnetic. See, you're talking about two different things. A magnetic detector, a true accelerator cutout switch which cuts out the feed from the flux valve, a gyroscope which maintains position reference and continues to point the same direction regardless of what the aircraft does, a compass repeaters to transmit heading information to the associated instruments. Magnetic slaved information. Yeah. See, they're two different things. They're mouse. So you're straw manning the magnetic gyro compass. That's what you're doing.
The gyromagnetic compass is a horizontal gyro slaved to magnetic north.
Mhm.
Did he tell me no? I'm just wrong.
Yeah.
Yes, you are wrong. Yes, you are. You looked up something else.
Yeah. Leave it to people that understand.
Here, I'm
Yeah,
a
leave it
pilot.
to engineers.
And that statement right
I'm a
there
pilot.
is that statement right there is why so many people are so damn ignorant. They say, "Oh yeah, that's somebody above my pay grade knows that."
Bob, the science guy, that was
The
just
lying
ad
guy.
homing me and being condescending the whole evening, literally can't even get his own argument straight. Yeah, the spray painter has to educate you on the stuff you're supposed to know based being a pilot.
But you didn't educate anybody. You got it wrong, and you're still getting it wrong. You're still getting it wrong. You cited two different things. And you didn't bother to read all the information on the first thing, so you think the second thing is the same thing.
Bob the lying guy.
So yeah, the thing is, if we had more time, Bob, maybe that extra 16 minutes you stole from my time, I could have presented this stuff. But you decided you wanted to run away.
Why has Flat's got 17 minutes and I've only got 9?
I know, that was amazing. I don't think he realized that it was timed.
He doesn't realize that he's measuring the time that he's speaking. That's funny.
I mean, he's just so arrogant that he didn't bother to look at what the format, how it worked, or anything else like that. Jaron sent him all the shit. Because when he said that, he goes, "Oh, don't you mute me again during this entire interview." And I was like,
But the irony of this, guys, the guy's claiming to be this highly intellectual person.
He is. You're not.
Yet he doesn't understand how a debate format works.
That wasn't a debate. He was educating you. That was school. You don't understand how school works.
well, when you by taking away now, I think he was slacking on the muting. I think
Yeah,
Jaron
but it's
was
fun. I'm happy he
slacking on
did
the
it that
muting.
way.
But you,
Yeah, he didn't mute Mouse at all when he interrupted Bob. Not once.
He did it that way because we were able to converse a bit better. And it was sort of pissing Bob off.
well, the thing was, what I was getting a crack out of was that he was muted and he's over there mouthing. And then when he realized that nobody was hearing the shit where he was trying to interrupt you, I was watching it.
You mean like when Mouse was doing this? I mean like that? You hypocritical little thing.
His mouth moved in comparison to what you were saying, and you could tell he was kvetching about not being able to shut you up.
Yeah, but did you see his face when he realized he was muted?
Oh, it's funny.
Okay, but let's go on anyway. The gyromagnetic compass is a horizontal gyro slaved to magnetic north by the magnetic field detector, the flux valve, usually located in the wingtips of the aircraft away from metal structure. The short-term accuracy of the gyro combined with the long-term accuracy of the magnetic compass provides a stable and accurate heading reference. Okay, Bob, now you got to pay attention, okay? A magnetic detector flux valve, which electronically senses the horizontal component of the Earth's magnetic field. Magnetic north, Bob. The thing you said it doesn't do. A, turn accelerator cut out switch, which cuts out the feed from the flux valve to the gyro during turns and acceleration. A gyroscope which maintains its position reference.
So here's a image of the gyromagnetic compass. Here's another image of it. Does that thing look anything like this? Does this thing look anything like that? See, this is a magnetic. This is a mechanical gyro compass. Does that look like that? Or that? No, it doesn't, does it? Or that? No, it doesn't. Or that? No, it doesn't. See, you're wrong, Mouse. You are mixing two completely different things up.
And continues to point in the same direction regardless of what the aircraft does. Same direction. Compass repeaters to transmit heading information to the associated instruments. Oh no. So yeah, guys, let's I'll copy that in for you guys as well, because I got more so we can show this guy to just be a total chuff nugget. Thank you, Roger Little, for another $2 super chat, man. Appreciate it. He says, this is not a debate.
Yeah, there's another part that he completely missed about the gyro compass operation. Gyroscopic inertia, precession, Earth's rotation, and gravity. That's how it works. So you missed that part, didn't you, Mouse? See, this is your citation. This is what you use to prove that you're correct because you trusted the information enough to present it as a citation. But you only talked about this little bitty part right here. That's all you talked about. You didn't show anything lower than that, did you? Did you?
It's an education. Yeah, this is an education for Bob.
Sad. Just sad. And then he thinks he's educating Bob on this. You're a liar. You're a gaslighter. You're functionally illiterate. And yeah, you haven't educated anybody, man. Nobody.
Bob. This is not a debate. He's not here to debate. But that was epic. I'm not here to debate. Okay. I don't know if maybe Bob needs to get updated with how airplanes work in these days. I don't know if he maybe flew in the 1700s or something. I don't know. What's his problem?
I think he's ever piloted that.
When did you ever pilot a plane, Mouse? When did you get your pilot's license, or even take a class?
A hang glider or something. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. This is a MGL. This is what we were talking about, the magnetic field inertial measuring system. Ooh. High-grade ring laser gyro based AHRS with built-in SP6 magnemeter for magnetic heading. The SP6 employs the latest micro-machine ring gyroscope technology to performance that approaches fog class ability in practical applications. Notice, guys, it's based on horizontal reference datums. Notice it doesn't pick up Earth rotation. So when people come into ring laser gyros, they pick up Earth rotation. No, they don't. They have a horizontal setting based on the magnetic north.
But the mechanical gyro compass does. So.
Hey Jeff, good to see you, man. And then let me stick that in for everybody. You guys can. Is this helpful for people?
It is. I've had a look through that one you just put in, the magnetic one.
So yeah, guys, the only corrections I'm doing is practically correcting Bob. Sorry to disappoint you, Globies. And we got another one. MGL avionics. This is what we were just showing on screen. The compass operation and calibration. Why would you need to calibrate something if it's just picking up Earth tone? Okay. So you've got the different modes that you can go. Obviously, I don't need to go through everything. It just gives you everything you need to know. Your tilt compensation, calibrating for the compass. Once you have located a suitable mounting location and verified that the center returns a reasonably good headings, less than 10 degrees error preferably of any heading, you proceed with calibration. There are 2 calibration methods. Deviation calibration, done if only and heading errors of a compass set to factory settings are more than 10 degrees or less than 20. Line up calibration. The compass menu changes depending on the compass mode selected, so it just gives everything. But we don't need to read it through because it's just simply telling us it goes to Earth's magnetic field. Oh no. Oh no. Why is that happening? See how it's giving the rotation, the tilt compensation.
Ooh.
Based on what? Horizontal datum. Now let's check what it says here. The graphics illustrate a problem. The X and Y sensor readings of the compass are used to calculate the heading. So in other words, what did you say? Dead reckoning?
Yep.
This is trivial, but it gives the heading you want if the compass is perfectly level to the Earth's surface.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly level, guys. Perfectly level.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say imperfectly.
That means without flaw. Perfect.
Okay, and then it goes, if we know the pitch and bank angles relative to the Earth's surface, and we know what angle and strength, inclination, and magnitude the field is at your location, then we will mathematically rotate the magnetic sensor reading into the horizontal plane and can then extract the heading information. In other words, horizontal, perfectly level to the surface of Earth. This literally says it out. The surface of Earth is horizontal. And
yes, every part of the spherical Earth is horizontal. Yes. Well, mountains are, but you get what I'm saying.
The reference to it is horizontal.
But flat side level is curved.
This is like crazy. This system would work anywhere on Earth. MGL's compass systems are based on 3 magnetic sensors. Okay. Let me copy that for you guys. Oh, man. I still don't understand.
Hey, PJ.
Yeah.
Stop angry typing.
Sorry, I keep forgetting my mic's right next to my keyboard now. Put it over there. Sorry, dude.
And I want to get another one.
Well, whatever you was typing, PJ, you was giving them what for? I'll tell you what.
I was trying to be quiet as well. But I do forget them.
He's probably whining about someone proving Flatzoid wrong.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to look at the INS. I think I want to get the other. I want to get another one up. INS. Okay, but let's just get this one. Okay, inertial navigation. So this is when we were talking about the INS. Remember, guys, the thing he was claiming I know nothing about, and he knows everything about. When he took everything and stuck it in the box and said, therefore not horizontal. Well, the whole horizontal box has to move with the plane.
No, the box represents 3D space, man. You're ignorant.
Well, basically, him throwing the globe into the box and throwing his globe into the garbage. That was.
Really? Is that what you saw it as? Okay. Thanks, liar.
What would it be called? Like a Freudian slip?
Oh man. So,
yeah, Josiah, he was way out of his depth yesterday, without a doubt. Josiah says, poor guy. Felt sorry for me, he was way out of his depth. He was way out of his depth. Didn't have a chance. Not a ghoster.
Yes.
From the start to the end.
This is very, very sad to listen to. It really is. I mean, do these people have no sense of self-respect at all? It's pretty pathetic.
And he was literally trying to clutch at straws as much as possible.
Hmm.
Um,
Is that what he was doing?
the guy had nothing. That's all why he was being condescending and insulting me the whole time.
That was
You mean like when you read something really slowly? That kind of condescending? Huh. No, he was educating you and you refused to be educated. That's what that was. You reading slow is condescension.
what that laugh was for.
I was nervous.
Probably,
Nervous
yeah.
laughter.
Yeah.
Nervous laughter? Really? Is that what you call laughing? Nervous laughter? Well, what about when PJ does it, or this guy does it, or you do it? What was it then, Mouse? You know, when you were showing Bob proving you wrong and you were laughing while he was doing it? What do you call that?
Yeah, it was a nervous laughter.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So, and
No, it was mocking laughter. That's what it was. So you're so dishonest you can't even admit that, man.
the inertial navigation system, INS,
Sad.
inertial guidance system, inertial instrument, is a navigation device that uses motion sensors, accelerometers, rotation sensors, which is gyroscopes, and a computer to continuously calculate the dead reckoning.
You ever notice there's no flat Earth airline? There's no flat Earth airline.
Which is based on a horizontal dead reckoning.
I wonder why.
Okay. The position, the orientation, and the velocity. Remember,
Or flat Earth computers. You don't see any companies made up of flat earthers are inventing stuff, right?
he said no velocity's got nothing to do with it. Direction, speed of movement of a moving object without the need for external references. Often the inertial sensors are supplemented by a barometric altimeter.
Right. No, he said it doesn't care about the shape of the Earth. That's what he said.
That's for the pressure.
Stop lying.
And sometimes the magnetic sensors. He says it has nothing to do with magnets, guys. Magnetic, but it's got a magnetometer on.
No, the mechanical gyroscope or gyrocompass has nothing to do with magnets. See, you're misquoting him, misreferencing him, and you're misrepresenting him. It's all part of the gaslighting.
And or speed measuring devices. INSs are used in mobile robots and vehicles such as ships, aircraft, submarines, guided missiles, and spacecraft. Older INS systems generally used an inertial platform as the mounting point of the vehicle, and the terms are sometimes considered synonymous.
Synonymous? Synonymous? What was that word?
As the mounting point of the vehicle, and the terms are sometimes considered synonymous.
Synonymous. Huh. That's weird because that's not a word. Internal navigation system. Wiki. The INS is initially provided with its position and velocity from other sources, a human operator, a GPS satellite receiver, etc., accompanied with the initial orientation, and thereafter computes its own updated position and velocity by integrating information received from the motion sensors. The advantage of the INS requires no external reference. So he hasn't gotten that far yet. Actually, that thing, let's see, let's put him where. So let's find what did he click on? What is he trying to find out what he's moused over. Yeah, I can't. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, right there. That's where he's moused over. So he's this here is where his the picture-in-picture screens are. Let's see if it gets to that. An inertial navigation system includes at least a computer platform, yeah, a GPS satellite. Let's see if he reads that, or if he just discounts it, says nuh-uh about it. Because this is his citation. This is his citation proving him right. So the information in it must be valid according to Flatzoid, right? Right? I'll be right back. Place your bets. You know, no one's ever come up with it. I've never seen it like advertised, but and I think it's missing a big opportunity. Gaming catheters for streamers that play like 8-hour streams and stuff, so they don't have to just gaming catheter. You never have to leave your chair. I mean, they have food delivery. They have a food delivery company out now that is they're affiliated with a bunch of, or they have affiliates with or affiliated. I don't know what the term would be, with gaming companies, and you can now order food within the game. You can click on it. You can set your game up to where it has an overlay for that company, and you bring up the overlay and you can order food while you're playing a game. You don't have to stop playing. You don't have to get on the phone, get on your yeah, it does it right there. It's amazing. So gaming catheters, that's the next step.
The system is using a gyroscope to maintain a platform in a fixed orientation in space, despite the movement of the vehicle.
In space? That space isn't real.
Vehicle that is attached to. These can be used to stabilize gun sights in tanks, anti-aircraft artillery, and so forth. And I can probably just send that for everybody as well. But yeah, it's sorry that it's got so much to show. It's just so weird because I always get the same issue. Oh, you never present anything for your claim.
Yeah, but he didn't show the rest of it, did he? Did he? He didn't show the rest of it. Where it talks about GPS satellites and let's see. Yeah, it's got a lot of good stuff in there. But you think his indoctrinated fans are going to look that up? Bet they won't.
You flat earthers just made claims. Okay.
It's like, no, not gonna do it. Just be prepared. Bring your own stuff. I'm not.
Yeah. See, you don't present evidence because your evidence always proves you wrong, Flatzoid. I just showed how your citation proves you wrong.
I'm here to debate you.
You just want me to show you the stuff? I shall show you the stuff. Yes, okay. Because I need to hold your bum like a tape. I'll hold your bum with the poo-poo. Okay.
Look like
This
Scylla Sopranos.
You want the poo-poo? You like the poo-poo? I like the poo-poo.
You want to see the citation? I will give you citation.
You wake up with the fishes.
Okay.
See, this is why he stops. This is why he stops right there. This article, the article that he cited, right? Same article. Talks about let's see, gimbal gyro stabilization platforms. Talk about gyroscopic precision. Fluid suspended gyro-stabilized platforms. Motion-based alignment, vibrating gyros, hemispherical resonator gyros. Let's see, ring laser gyros, fiber optic gyros. Thanks, Bob. Pendular accelerometers, TMU sensors. So, yeah, there's a lot of good information in there that his fans will never see, because illustrious leader is never wrong.
Okay, so the INS is from the IRS. This is what they were talking about. He said, "Oh, the IRS, the Inertial Reference System."
It's Internal Revenue Service.
No, it's Internal Reference System. You illiterate dolt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says definitions. A clear and universally agreed upon definition of the term inertial navigation system, INS, is not possible. On the one hand, the term INS is used as a blanket description for a wide variety of navigation sensors and systems of the different design. On the other hand, it also uses to describe a specific version of the sensors and systems. The term has also changed over the years.
And has no concern for the shape of the Earth. It's just how the airplane's moving. See, it has nothing to do with the mechanical gyrocompass, with really anything except how the plane is moving. Its acceleration, amount of turbulence, how it's tilted, how much yaw there is. So, but continue your damage control, Mouse.
As the technology has improved. What can be said with confidence is that all these systems work in similar principle and for the same purpose. Okay, a form of dead reckoning that relies on accelerometers and gyroscopes to detect the acceleration and velocity, respectively, along three perpendicular axes. The approximate 2 or 3-dimensional position can be constantly determined in relation to a known starting point.
I mean, he thinks this is proving him right. He's just repeating words. He's just reading words that he really doesn't understand.
Remember I said they started on a runway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be kind of weird if they didn't. You know, if they started in the air. That would be horrible. That would be terrifying.
He even admitted you have to get that stuff spinning and going and let it set for about 20 minutes so that it orientates.
Right. Itself. It orients itself. It has it requires no input from you except for that. Just clicking the on switch. Starts it up. It's a big, heavy flywheel, man. That gyroscope is very heavy and requires a lot of time to spin it up. So, and it has to stabilize itself. Just like the citation said that Flatso didn't read.
That's what I was going. I said, you just proved his point.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So it's amazing, but velocity and orientation. So if it's constantly being able to determine the relation, would it give us data that we are going over a curve?
No.
No, definitely not.
Not according to Bob, but according to this, because it's constantly telling us where we are, it would say, listen, yeah, this was your starting point. You've deviated off that starting point, so
Right, and it would tell you if it would tell you the orientation to perpendicular. It would tell you the difference between well, that and combined with the gyro compass. But this is just sensors, right? This is just sensors. It's like if you had a camera that was looking at a compass. That's what that would be. It's not the compass. It's the camera looking at the compass, sending the information to you or to the flight system. It's reading the effects of forces put on it. That's all it's doing. It doesn't tell you what the shape of the Earth is. It doesn't. So you're completely strawmanning the original discussion by showing something completely irrelevant.
he has the data to show you dipped your nose, or you changed velocity to go over.
Or he's using this thing. I mean, this is relevant because they talked about the IRS. It's not relevant to the gyro compass. The two things aren't hooked up, right? The IRS or INS isn't hooked up to the mechanical gyro compass. They're separate.
Over the Earth curve.
I mean, well, would it go through the INS? Would data from the gyro compass go into the INS? I don't know. I don't know how it's set up.
None of this is reported to ever happen. Ever.
Well, that bullshit he was talking about, if you decelerate, or you
ever? What's never been? What's never?
Not according to Bob, but according to this, because it's constantly telling us where we are. It would say, listen, yeah, this was your starting point. You've deviated off that starting point, so he has the data to show you dipped your nose, or you changed velocity to go over the Earth curve. None
Boy, you're not smart at all, are you?
of this is reported to ever happen.
I'd love to have a gyro or gyro. I'm from Ohio, so I got to say gyro, right? But my dad wasn't a smart guy either. He swore to up and down. He got stationed TDY, temporary duty, at Crete. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place, he said. And he'd eat out, and he'd have a pita with sliced meat in it, and tomatoes and lettuce and some sauce, and that was a souvlaki to him. He said he called it a souvlaki. It's like, no, Dad, a souvlaki is not the same as a gyro. That's a gyro you were eating. He's like, no, it's a souvlaki. My dad was about as stubborn as Flatzoid, but he wasn't dishonest. He kind of was dishonest. He didn't understand that because of the speed of light, there are stars that we haven't seen the light of yet. He could not comprehend that. He just couldn't. It was infuriating.
Ever.
Well,
of course, his mom thought that the Earth was flat. So, Yeah. Absolutely, Citizen 9. He completely glosses over that because it proves him wrong. He cherry picks from citations. And then when you point that out to them, they'll say something like, well, that's just I cited that because it's the opposition. I'm citing the opposition to prove my point because I'm not smart. That's what they do. Them citing hostile witness or something like that. That's what something like that they call it.
Bullshit he was talking about, if you decelerate,
like Neil deGrasse Tyson, right? Taking Neil deGrasse Tyson out of context and quoting him once is just, well, they don't care about what everything else he said. We're using him as a hostile witness. It's called cherry picking. They're not even honest enough to admit that they cherry pick.
Or you cut the engines. Listen, that's exactly what they do. They
How
do.
do you say land?
I mean, there was a cult that was it Heaven's Gate? Let's look up Heaven's Gate. Heaven's Gate cult. Was that the one? I think it was. Yeah, yeah. They all wore Nike sneakers and tracksuits. They castrated themselves because illustrious leaders said that they should, and that's pretty pathetic, but not quite as pathetic as Flat Earth.
Yeah, they do that. It's a combination of two things. By changing the attitude of the airplane, you're trying you're putting the energy upward, not forward. And so there's not enough lift. You're not going to get it. So it starts slowing you down due to the drag, and you start descending down onto the runway. Of course, if you
I also love how
Say what?
he specifically wants to call weight gravity.
No, you have weight because of gravity. You have weight because of gravity. He didn't call weight gravity.
Of course.
I mean, if that were true, then a TWA could just go up to 30.
I mean, he might have. I don't know. But yeah, weight is a result of gravity. Why you can't understand this by now? It's been 7 years.
35,000 feet and just cut its fucking engines.
Yeah.
Just stay there. Level flight, 35,000 feet. Wouldn't have to do nothing. Just going along. There you go.
I mean,
Wings are trimmed.
obviously he's never flown a glider before because they don't work on the engine. Once they're up there, they have to.
Well, some gliders do, but they're a special case. But they just don't understand flight dynamics. They're just lost. Completely lost. All right, see you later, Citizen 9. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you can make it.
To dip their nose to catch speed again and lift up again. They have to do this because they got no engine.
Yep.
It's like when you take your hand in an open window of a car and you feel that's what a glider does. But a plane specifically holds that angle of attack. That's why when you set your tabs, you set the trim to that level flight. If you cut that engine out, it's going to lose momentum and start to drop because that's exactly what you do when you land a plane. You're releasing power. You're relinquishing power, so your velocity has changed. Do I have to go to a HUD, a HUD system, and show him how velocity and the angle of attack makes how a plane dips?
You better be careful about HUD systems. HUD systems definitely prove that the Earth isn't flat. Definitely, because on a flat Earth, the sun or moon or anything, like any stars or anything, couldn't be below the HUD, but we see that they are, which directly debunks flat Earth. So you might want to see again a citation that proves Mouse wrong. Actually, this should be like this. Hold on. Move that over here. Let's flip that horizontally. And we'll move Mouse over here. There we go. That's better.
I mean, this guy thinks I was born yesterday.
That's a lot better.
By the way, guys, I've been at work all day, so don't think this is stuff I just literally got now. I've been at work all day.
He thinks everyone's beneath him. Like,
so you've cherry-picked a bunch of citations that directly prove you wrong, and you call Bob uneducated? Oh my gosh, man. Come on, dude.
Like that, like he was exuding so much arrogance. It was like, I'm smarter than everybody.
Please.
You know? And just like, wow.
No, just smarter than you. You think you're smarter than everyone. See, this is the hypocrisy of these douchebags, is they claim to be smarter than every scientist that's ever lived, but yet they say, oh, they think they're smarter than me. They think they're smarter than everybody. Now, we've proven that you're dumber than everybody, Flatzoid. We've absolutely proven that. You're proving it right now, and how dishonest you are. So this is just projection from the Mouse cult.
I like
it really dumb.
I like it when he gets his little pilot license out. I got one of them. You got one, Flat.
Well, it could very well be
Private license isn't hard to get.
You got his little I got one of them. Flat. You got one of them.
Yeah, but see, like a pilot's license. Okay, so he has his pilot's license. Has it expired?
When your pilot's license expires, you don't forget how to fly. Is that how you think licenses work? If your driver's license expires, do you forget how to drive? Does all your knowledge about how an automobile works and how to maneuver it change in any way, shape, or form? See, that's the funny thing about driver's licenses. I can see how they're supposed to be renewed, but a license plate, I like the way Germany does it, where you buy your plate for life. You buy your license plate for life, and that's your number. I think you can sell it, maybe not, but yeah, that's so people use their license plate as their parking label, where there's who's allowed to park at a place. It's a pretty good system. You don't have to renew your license plates every year. It's for life. They're expensive. It is not cheap to drive in Germany.
Even then though, that's not a validation of anything whatsoever.
Oh yeah,
it really isn't. Credentials. I mean, these people.
It's a validation that he's smart, that he's more intelligent and knows more about flight than this guy, than Mouse. That's a validation of that's what that validates. Okay? That he has experience, he has learning, rote learning, and knows more about the subject than someone who isn't and hasn't been.
Credentials and all this shit, and it's like I see.
See, they want to be smart, but they don't want to go through the effort of being smart. They don't want to take the proper steps that it takes to be smart. They just want to say something and have the world tell them, oh my gosh, you're a genius for saying it. But they don't want to learn how to be smart. They just want a shortcut. Like, oh, the earth's flat because it looks flat. No, there's more to it. No, it looks flat. That's all I need. Just looks flat. Now show me the scientific method for the globe. That's them.
PhDs all the time don't even have a basic command of the English language. I mean, come on. It doesn't mean you're smart. It means you paid somebody a lot of money to scramble your brains around. That's all that it tells me.
No, it's not what that means. It's not what that means at all, you functionally illiterate douchebag.
But I'm just a dumb flirter. I wouldn't know anything.
Yeah, but I mean, appealing to credentials is hardly anything to be proud of.
Hmm.
That makes you not smart.
Oh, okay. So every Yale student is not smart. That's what you're saying? Because I guarantee every Yale student, at least once a day, lets someone know that they graduated from Yale. So every graduate from Yale or Harvard or Columbia, MIT, they're all just dumber to hammer because they have credentials. I mean, that's exactly what an ignorant person would say who's never been to school and who's jealous of anyone who has. That's what an intellectual bully says.
But anyway, yeah, let's carry on reading. So let's look at the IRS now. They reference to a solid-state unit of 3 ring laser gyros detecting accelerations in 3 dimensions. They may also contain quartz accelerometers. Okay, refers to a computer that integrates IRS outputs and provides inertial reference outputs for the use by other navigation or flight control systems, including the flight manager system. Gyroscope has traditionally referred to mechanical spinning gyro sets within gimbals and frames, allowing a platform to be stabilized in space regardless of motion of the aircraft. That's called rigidity, Bob. Nowadays, the term gyro refers to the solid-state ring laser gyro, which is predominantly used in modern aircraft, INS. Several other types of gyro available, such blah 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 blah.
I'm curious.
But why are they used? Because they detect motion, right? They detect motion. That's why they're used. You're explaining it pretty well because you're just reading it. But they detect motion. They detect movement 90 degrees to their axis, right? Why do they detect motion sitting on Bob's desk? Why did it detect motion when it was sitting stationary on Bob's desk? Was his house on wheels? No, it wasn't. He didn't live in a trailer. If he does, it's a really, really nice trailer. No, it was just sitting still, sitting on his desk, but it was detecting motion. Why do you think that is, Mouse? Seriously, think about it and tell me why you think that would be.
Before this ring laser gyro, what did they use before that? Huh? Mechanical gyros? Oh, really?
Yeah, mechanical gyro compass. Yeah, that detects north all on its own. And before that, it was just a weighted ball. It was just a weighted thing that told you which way was down, basically, because of gravity. But there's problems with that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
With precision, mechanical precision.
That's funny.
Yeah, because of spin of the earth. You can't get precession without movement, without spin of the earth, Mouse. On a flat earth, gyroscopic precession would be non-existent. Wouldn't work.
I mean, all this stuff is it shows there's no rotation. Oliver says scroll down to where it talks about Earth rotation. It literally doesn't.
What do you think that before
Yeah,
they
show me where it says Earth rotation.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, please.
See, you don't read stuff, and then you're surprised by what it says.
Does he
Show
think
me
that
where.
before this technology that airplanes were just kind of bouncing around in the sky hoping for the best? Or what's his thinking on that?
Oliver Queen.
Well, aerodynamically, yeah, pretty much. They do get bounced around in the sky. You ever been in turbulence? You know what that is?
I've seen him before. He's just a troll anyway. He took his name off Green Arrow, didn't he? Oliver Queen. Yeah.
See, look at it. Look what he's doing. He's doing this. I don't see anything. I don't see what you're talking about at all. I don't see that. What word? What word am I looking for? That's what he's doing. Little dishonest mouse.
I want to see where it says anything about Earth rotation. Yeah. Oh, wait, it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, let's go back to where I wanted to share now.
Skybrary, where is that? Where's Skybrary? And that was where is that Skybrary? Yeah. Let's go back here. Gyromagnetic compass, gyroscopic flight instruments. Where is that? Gyroscopic flight instruments. Flight director. Nope. What page is that? Home General. What? Where is that? I can't find it. Huh.
Next, now we're going to what I was actually arguing the whole time with Bob about rigidity
Bobblehead
and
Bob.
the gyroscope.
Knob.
Yeah, Bob the knob.
Bobblehead Bob.
Hey, you know,
Yeah, I don't know where he I don't know what link he clicked on to get to here.
The knob is Bob.
Okay, so let's carry on. Gyroscopic flight instruments are instruments which have a mechanical gyroscope incorporated into their design.
No, he just clicked on that, and that comment was about the previous thing, wasn't it?
A gyroscopic flight instrument of some description are used most general aviation aircraft in older commercial aircrafts in, like the Cessna and everything he says he flew, they'll have a gyro. Example of such instruments include attitude indicators, Bob, heading indicators, and turn coordinators, turn and slip indicator. The gyroscopes within the instruments are usually electrically or vacuum driven and make use of basic gyroscopic principles to display the attitude of the aircraft. In more modern installations, mechanical gyroscopes have been replaced by laser gyros.
There we go. Oh, I found it. Now let's see. Let's see. Looking. Rigidity precession is the tilting and turning of the rotor axis as a result from external forces. When a deflective force is applied to a stationary gyro rotor will move in the direction of the force. However, when the same force is applied to the rim of the spinning motor, force causes the motor to move as if the force has been applied to a point 90 degrees around the rim. Yeah, when they said look it up, it was a different article. That was a different article.
Gyroscopic principles. This is what I want you to pay attention now, Bob.
When they said it talks about spin and curvature, that was a different article. That was the one before that.
Read on screen very, very slowly. The principal characteristic of a gyro, which makes it suitable for use in attitude instruments, yeah, that would be you setting your horizon, is rigidity in space. A second gyroscopic principle, which must be understood and compensated for, get it, and compensated for, hence the weights, as necessary, is precession. Rigidity in space. The primary trait of spinning gyro rotor is
rigidity in space. Gas behavior.
Rigidity in space. Otherwise known as gyroscopic inertia. Momentum, in other words. Bob, the thing you said didn't exist. Look at the super chat. $2 super chat from Roger Ledwell. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. He says, edu.flatsoy.com.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking, remember, I want to do my site. Maybe I should put all these things on the site. How flights debunk the globe. Maybe I should do that. Thank you very much for the super chat, Roger. You rock, man.
Yes, please. That'll be a great comedy.
Sleeping Warrior said, he said, Bob won't ever admit he is wrong. It is the first commandment being uplifted. Thou shalt never admit fault. Never.
They can't. They have haughtily blown their horns way too freaking loud. Even if they came out on every mainstream outlet tomorrow and said, yep, we found out the earth is not a globe, these idiots will still hang on to it. They'll say they're lying to you now.
Yeah.
See,
That's some good projection there, buddy.
I mean, it's all due to that pride. They have been so haughty, and they're crumbling. They're crumbling really fast. This is why we're seeing like the meltdown.
Yeah, they meant the other article.
Status amongst these guys. I mean, FTFE, nobody's.
I mean, that's just how dishonest Mouse is. That's why he's a yellow mouse. He's a coward. He can't admit when he's wrong or when he's lied.
Taking that fucking guy serious anymore.
Oh no,
no, dude.
They starting one by one to fall off the radar.
No, only Luch takes him seriously. That's about it.
Well,
that's his one washer part. Yeah,
he's
shame. And poor Sean Hawkins is still going live on this. So what's he going to do with all that citation show?
No, I showed where your citation proves you wrong. So you definitely think that citation proves you right. No, I showed where it proves you wrong, Flatsoid. That's what I did. That's what I did with it.
Yeah, that's what you're doing is Satan, isn't it? You know. So.
Come on, man, Sean.
Flatsoid is lying.
Yeah.
He's lying about what he said.
Yes, he is lying. He's absolutely lying. I'm proving it right now.
There, he's lying, even though it says right there in front of him, he's still lying.
You're just dumb, Flatsoid.
Yeah, you're beeping.
So he's saying, "No, it was right in front of you, and you're still lying." But the information that was right in front of me that Flatsoid posted as a citation, as a irrefutable evidence that he is correct, proved him wrong. But he cherry picked from it. It's what y'all do. It's what Sleeping Warrior does. He's in the chat. That's what Sleeping Warrior does. He's proud of it. He said the only way he can argue is to cherry pick. That's what he said. So, way to go, buddy.
Beep.
Yeah, right.
He's kind of vile.
Just deny science. Oh.
You and Dave, you're both lying, beep.
I'm actually gonna make a short video. Sean.
Am I cursing? Have I cursed in the last, well, including this one, the last 3 live streams I've done? No, I'm actively working on cleaning up my language. I've slipped up a couple times, and I've apologized for that.
I'm making a short video. The day Sean noticed how density displacement works, because
Density displacement. Let's talk about density. Does density change in free fall? Does the density of an object change under free fall? Yes or no? See, the density is the amount of mass is taken up by an object, or how much volume is taken up by a mass, something like that. So does that change under free fall? Because if what you say is correct, then it would have to. Because under free fall, we see density columns not correcting themselves, not ordering themselves, because the downward acceleration of gravity is removed from the equation. So if it was density, the rate of fall wouldn't have anything to do with it, because it's density. It doesn't change under free fall. So you want to continue with this?
On that stream, he was commenting on how you were, me and myself and you were trying to educate Dal on displacement.
Right.
And you could see even in his face, like, oh, this is, and he went and Googled it, because he says, we are denser than water.
What?
Yes, the human body is denser than water. The only reason you float is because there's air in your lungs. Why do you think bodies sink? Why do you think bodies sink and then come back up to the surface? It's because when you're dead, your lungs exhale air, or you get water in your lungs and you sink. And then when you start getting when you start getting eaten up by bacteria, then gas gets in your system. See, the bacteria creates carbon dioxide and other gases, and you float.
Okay.
Whatever he says. Whatever he says.
And then he went and Googled it. And he said, but we still sink. And then literally you said, yeah, our weight makes a difference.
Yeah, I saw about 3 or 4 different citations, and they all said different things. So
They don't. You see, this is the problem with Globers.
Yeah.
They can't distinguish the difference between weight and density.
Density. I was about to say that. Yeah, they don't know.
Really? We can't? You've proven that you can't. Okay? Don't be putting your inadequacies. I can't speak today. Inadequacies on us. See, I've proven that you've done nothing but lie, cherry pick, gaslight, misrepresent, and deny today. This is just today, man. This is nothing new.
The difference.
They can't. They don't know what weight is. They think it's something to do with gravity, which it doesn't. But okay, let's carry on with this.
He's over there having a rough time.
Oh, very. Okay, so Sean, also pay attention still, man. As stated in Newton's first law, a body in motion tends to move in a constant speed and direction unless acted on by an external force. The spinning rotor inside the gyroscopic instrument maintains a
So flying flat over a horizontal plane, how does the instrument move out of alignment this way? How does that work, Mouse? How does it work? So as we move across the Earth, without those pendulous vanes to change it, it starts moving, starts creeping. It's off. How does that work on a flat Earth? Because you've got no spin. You're not doing this, right? How does that work? Your plane is locked. If your plane flies flat and level over a flat Earth, it doesn't change. Its attitude doesn't change at all. Its speed changes, but it doesn't. So how does precession work on a flat Earth?
constant attitude in space, so long as no external forces.
All you have to do is just ask a simple question, and it completely destroys their entire argument.
Act to change its.
That's why he won't answer questions. That's why he blocked me, because I kept asking him the question about my geometry thing about the bridges. That's why he blocked me, because he could not answer that question, because he knew that the answer debunked him.
Motion. This stability will increase in proportion to any increase in mass or
Dude, I know how gyroscopes work. You don't.
speed of the rotor. As a consequence, the rotor in the gyroscopic aircraft instruments are constructed of heavy materials and are designed to spin at rates in order of 10,000 to 15,000 revolutions per minute.
That's fast. That is fast. If you take a motor from an old dryer and turn it on, that spins at about 1,500 RPM. These things spin 10 times that fast.
Attitude and heading indicators use gyros as an unchanging reference in space. Unchanging reference in space. Bob the science guy.
Right. That's a concept that you do not understand at all. At all.
Unchanging reference in space. So in other words, that sphere that you took, and it has horizontal, it's unchanging. In other words, you would go...
No, you wouldn't.
No, I got to go. I'm going to help cut the tree down.
No, you wouldn't.
So, love y'all.
No, you wouldn't, because the pendulous vanes would correct your attitude in compared to the gyroscope. The gyroscope would keep that position, yes. With going around the Earth, it would keep that position, right? It would keep that orientation. But like I said, it's attached to the ball that you see in the instrument, and that's weighted. So if it gets too out of whack, it corrects itself because the pendulous vanes get moved out of the way because of gravity. See, that's the way it works. You can say no all you want, or you can research it, learn about it, and educate yourself. I don't care which. It's more fun for me to laugh at you because you're wrong than for you to get educated and me have nothing to do. So yeah, just don't research it, please. By all means, do not research this.
Okay, it looks nice out, dude. It looks nice.
Stay dishonest, Mouse.
Yes, dude.
Oh, it's beautiful out here. It is.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, Anthony, I still had 16 minutes left. So I was kind of bamboozled.
No, he didn't apologize. He said he misspoke about inertial and non-inertial reference frames, and then he got it wrong again. So yeah, it's clickbait.
Bamboozled when he says no, he's just finished, because I could have brought all this up last night as well, but because he said no, he's done and stuff, and I just didn't bother. So that's why I'm doing it tonight.
I would have made his dumb bobblehead ass sit there and listen to me present and use my time. I would use up all my time. I would make that dumb son of a bitch sit there and listen.
Yeah, but he would have just left.
Yes, that's what you do. Yes, because you love proving how ignorant you are.
He would have just ran away and cried like a little girl.
He didn't even want to do closing statements, did he? He didn't even want to do closing statements.
And then anyway, stayed there.
Yeah,
but that's fine. This is here. Sean Hawkins is even streaming it, so you got it. Bob the Science Guy, you can watch this, and if you don't agree with the citations, go and get your stuff ready and tell them why.
Oh, I agree. I agree 100% with the citations, Flatzoid. 100%. I agree with the citations you presented. 100%. 1,000%.
You don't agree with it, okay? Okay.
And you do too, or else you would not have presented them as citations to prove you correct, right? So you agree with the citations too, right? That they were 100% correct.
But yeah, this is just a wee old spare painter showing a pilot how pilots work.
I'd rather admit defeat than act like Bob acted. You know,
yeah.
I'd rather admit defeat.
But you see, this is why I don't have respect for the guy, because.
But you'll never admit defeat because you're dishonest. You're a deceiver of men.
I think he's like.
You're what the Bible warns people about.
High intellectual, better than everyone else.
Yeah.
Heck, the guy's gone back to school to study astronomy and thinks that's going to make him smart.
Josiah, he said.
No, it'll make him more knowledgeable about how to use his equipment and how to be a better astronomer. And it will make him smarter than you. See, Flatzoid and the Mouse Cult think that not learning anything makes you smarter than everyone. That's how twisted their little minds are. Hey, Casual Engineer.
Oh God, his meltdown when it dawned on him the way the clock works. I know, I saw that. I said, I don't think that fucker knows that there's a clock there. And then when he's like, I told you how this works, it's timed and shit. And like, oh.
Kieran explained it to him before the debate. He emailed him on the structure. And
so you don't think he knew that there was a clock there when Jaron told him there was a clock there? You liar.
Jaron literally said with words, your minute. Okay, the 30 minutes starting now.
No. Unbelievable.
Okay, so that means it's rigid, guys. It doesn't change. It keeps the same reference horizontal. So that horizontal you set on the runway in the point A, when you land in point B, it's had this exact same horizontal. It's never changed. So Wolfie, yeah, when you claim, oh, it's smooth falling Earth curve, you're lying to everyone. That is, once
There you go. A completely dishonest person accusing an honest person of lying. Gaslighting his audience.
the rotor is spinning, it maintains a constant position with respect to the horizon or the direction. Horizon, horizontal. Oh boy.
It's the horizon.
The rotor of a universally mounted gyro remains in the same position even as the surrounding circular frames or gimbals are moved. For all intents, this allows the aircraft to rotate around the gyro without changing the position of the rotor. The aircraft attitude or heading can thus be compared to the rotor to enable the instruments to display the actual attitude or direction.
Yep. But the fact that he basically said that he didn't want to say whether he was an atheist or not just speaks volumes.
You know, if you ask Bob about this, he could tell you about it without having to read it. That's how much smarter Bob is than you are. Bob already knows this.
Oh, but that was an answer already.
Yeah.
That's why I said straight away yes, because I knew he says, oh, because that shows he's an atheist. Because if you're not an atheist, you'll be proud of what you believe in. Atheists are not proud to be atheists, guys, just to let you know.
What? Atheists aren't proud to be atheists? Yes, they are. What are you talking about? Is this another lie? Man, you just can't be honest for 1 minute, can you?
Okay, so let's get back. Precision.
So because he wouldn't entertain your ridiculous religion question in the middle of a science debate, he's not a Christian? Man, that's bad. That's pretty bad.
This is what.
And doesn't the Bible say something about you can't judge another man? And that you don't judge people. I think it says something like that. Learned about it way back. So you cannot tell that another person's a non-Christian. That's against God's word. So that's against the Bible. So tell us you're not a Christian without saying the words. See, I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian, so I can say that because I don't give a shit what the Bible says.
The claim is caused by Earth, guys. Precession is the tilting or.
But I can look at your actions and your words and the amount of times that you've lied and gaslighted people and your language and your misunderstanding of the Bible, and you saying that the Bible is not the word of God. I can say most definitely that you are not a Christian.
Or turning of the rotor axis as a result of external forces. When a deflective force is applied to a stationary gyro rotor, the rotor will move in the direction of the force. However, when the same force is applied to the rim of a spinning rotor, the force causes the rotor to move through the force had been applied to the point 90 degrees. Remember to the right-hand rule? And around the rim of the direction of rotation. This is what causes precession, Bob. Mechanical precession. That's why.
Right. Yes. Movement of the gyroscope causes precession. Yes. Same way with the ring laser gyro or a fiber optic gyro. When it's sitting still on a table, it detects precession. So they still can't explain that. How it detected precession sitting stationary on a table.
Momentum. This turning movement or precession places the rotor in a new plane of rotation, which is parallel to the force. Precession is caused by both friction within the gyro and the aircraft maneuvering, inclusive of turns, acceleration, and deceleration. Precession causes a slow drift in the gyro and results in erroneous readings, cross-checking the heading indicator or directional gyro with a magnetic compass, and making the appropriate corrections could be accomplished on a regular basis. Remember I said they use magnetic north for their corrections? Okay, magnetic compass. Then we go to gyro power sources. Gyroscopic instruments are generally powered either electrical or pneumatically, that would be vacuum-based. In the former case, the rotor is incorporated as an armature of electric motor, while the latter, a vacuum pump driven by the engine, reduces the pressure within the instrument case. Filtered air from a cabin is drawn into the instrument, accelerated and directed at the rotor wheel to cause it to turn. Yes, that's why they got pendulous vanes, people. So it can filter.
So it can correct itself as the gyroscope wants to stay rigid in 3D space, but the attitude of the plane isn't. So that's why it uses pendulous veins. See, you are saying something contrary to what they are, how they're used, because you're lying. You're a liar. You can't be honest, because being honest you'd have to admit that the Earth is not flat. So you'd have to admit that you're wrong.
Filter through to keep it rotating, not to account for damage.
No, the pendulous veins stay closed while it's rotating, you mongrel. So you don't know what the pendulous veins are. You've just proven it. So how can you argue about them or against them?
Earth curve. Vacuum instruments susceptible to under.
Yeah, let's look up pendulous veins. Let's see if what he said is true.
Curve, and by the engine reduces the pressure.
Pendulous veins. What is pendulous vein? It's got a video. What are the pendulous veins of an attitude indicator? Here we go. The pendulous vein system in a vacuum-driven out attitude indicator keeps the gyroscope upright. If for some reason the gyro is displaced, the veins and air jets create a precession force that drives the gyro to erect again, returning it to the vertical. See, it's already spinning up, Flatzoid. The pendulous veins stay in place until the gyro is displaced by being held in rigid 3D space while the plane moves. See, that's how that works. Why are you lying about it? Here, oops. Why are you lying? So you didn't bother looking it up, did you? You're just saying what you think it is. You're dishonest.
Within the instrument case, filtered air from a cabin is drawn into the instrument, accelerated and directed at the rotor wheel to cause it to turn. Yes, that's why they got pendulous veins, people. So it can filter through to keep it rotating, not to account for damn Earth curve.
Mm-hmm. See, you're lying. I just proved that you're a liar. I just proved that you're lying right here. This proves that you're lying and you do not know what you are talking about.
Vacuum instruments susceptible to under reading due to rotate deceleration should the vacuum pressure drop are not suitable for high altitude installations. Thank you very much and good day.
Take care.
I hope that was informative for everybody. There's another link for you guys. So tell me again how I was wrong.
I just proved how you're wrong. I just proved on every point that you made how you are wrong. How you cherry pick from the citations that you claim prove you right directly contradict and prove you wrong. That's why. See, I just don't talk. I come with receipts. I bring proof. I bring your own citations to a debunk and destroy you.
Good day. The bit you said.
Yeah, remember, I did say there's one thing I did wrong there, and that was me misspeaking the second time about inertial, non-inertial, which I didn't realize I swapped around.
You're wrong because of refractogravillax.
That's right. And you don't have a pilot's license, so there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
and also, you don't have a PhD, and you're not an engineer, and let's just
and NASA.
Put a list out. Yeah, and
NASA. Yeah.
Because
no, he's just ignorant, and he has no intention on not being ignorant.
Because NASA, yeah.
Yeah, reasons.
Because reasons, yeah. Yeah, because reasons. Oh gosh, it just baffles me how dumb they are.
Yeah.
It just baffles me.
It's a tactic.
See, I just showed how wrong Flatzoid is. So, I don't know. Flatzoid said some words that don't agree with the documentation he presented. So, who's wrong? Hold on. Gotta move it. There we go.
I would have to say it's more of like a kind of a desperation, but I want this to be true because it's so wild how once you've knocked down their somewhat cohesive arguments, then they start delving into a realm of, well, what if, and it could.
You've never knocked down any argument at all. ever. Never. You just deny the information presented and claim victory.
Could be, you know, it's like, okay, so now we're in the realm of speculation. Okay, we've already exhausted all your refutation, and we're in the realm of speculation and imagination now. Okay, cool. Very scientific.
But just to put some more salt in the wounds of Bob, I've got open the manual he cited for Earth Curve and Coriolis. Should we read some of it? Because Bob seems to cherry pick and not understand what's being said.
Bob seems to cherry pick. Really? Really? Bob seems to cherry pick? Where was that? Bob seems to cherry pick. Really? Bob? Bob seems to cherry pick. Yeah, I don't think Bob was doing that, buddy.
In the actual manual. But what do we expect? The guy didn't come to debate.
No.
Literally.
Yeah, so next time, Bob, read your own citations.
This isn't a debate. I thought this was the Bob show. I thought this was the Bob the Clown show. This is a debate? Oh, my God.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay. So I want to show something. Yeah, we're going to read. This is what he said, okay? Curvature of Earth, remember? Maybe range table.
Yeah, curvature of Earth table right there. It's come to the attention of the Bureau that there is some question as to proper method of handling certain small corrections in the range ballistic. Although in most cases these corrections are undoubtedly being properly applied by the forces afloat, it is considered advisable to outline them briefly.
Tables are based on the assumption that the gun trunnions and targets are in the horizontal plane tangent to the Earth's surface at the gun. Thus,
tangent to the Earth's surface at the gun. How do you get a tangent to a flat plane, Flatoid? How is that tangent? How? See, a line or a plane on another plane would be touching the plane at all points. So how is that a tangent? How can you have a tangent on a flat plane there, mouse? See, right there in the first sentence proves you wrong. And this is your citation that you're going to misrepresent. And I mean, I honestly, basically this is gaslighting. He's gaslighting his audience. He's saying the information right here is not true. What I say about it is. That's called gaslighting. That's trying to convince people that that the reality that they experience, the reality that they've learned, everything they've learned is wrong. That's gaslighting, and that's what you're doing.
Listen very carefully, Bob. When using point of fire or direct fire in elevation, the range table range should be used without any correction for curvature of the Earth.
What? Oh my goodness. Why is that? Well, because the Earth is flat.
Ooh, what a surprise.
However, when using the stable vertical type of director for indirect fire, in elevation correction for curvature must be applied to the range table range, since the guns are laid with respect to the horizontal rather.
All right, curvature of the Earth. So it proves you wrong right there. That proves you wrong.
Than respect to the line of sight. So in other words, you should only do it if you don't see the object. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's within visual range, you don't need to. But if you can't see it, it means it's beyond the Earth's curve. You dishonest person.
So I try to put my camera off. Okay.
So he shows a document that says we have to account for Earth curve, and he just gaslights, lies about it. Says it's a win for him.
Okay, let me put it back on screen.
That's called a cult.
But it did say not to use it, correct?
Right, in certain situations. But then you read where they do use it, and you just not about it, right?
Okay.
Hand waved it away, right? Correction, yards, curvature, feet from whatever that is, delta times 100 over column 19 over the what's in column 19. So yeah. So this right here proves you wrong. To determine range correction for curvature of the Earth. See, this isn't like, well, I think that would help. No, this is how to do it. And then you do it and you hit your target. See, this is an instruction manual. This isn't like a user's manual that you can just throw away because you know how to use a toaster. This is a operations manual. It tells you how to do things. My God, man.
Now, there was another part here. Actually, the curvature of the Earth varies with R2, where R range in yards, and that the correction in minutes varies as R is the elevation correction for Earth's curvature in minutes of arc sufficiently well approximated as the range in yards divided. For example, at 19,800 yards, the curvature...
Right, the amount of curvature that you can go changes.
Would be 4.95 minutes, which by column blah, 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 correction, compared to we have more accurate calculations above. Do you guys know why they actually do this when it's not line of sight?
Because because the Earth is curved and you can't see things below the horizon. That's why. See, if the Earth was flat, you'd be able to see the other ships at sea, especially with the binoculars they have. Have you seen the binoculars they use? They're about this long. They're huge. They're two telescopes basically, and yeah, they can't see the other ship, but they can hit it when they calculate for Earth curve. See, that's how that works. But you're not smart enough or honest enough to understand or admit it or accept it. Because you're smarter than everyone, right? Every gunner's mate, every naval commander, every naval captain, every army artilleryman, every scientist, every physicist, every pilot. You're smarter than all of them, right?
I know. Because you can't see the object and you need to put it up higher because things have what in ballistics?
They have a drop from...
A drop. And this is based from a horizontal reference plane. Do you have horizontals on a curve?
No.
Awesome, I think you don't.
Do you have tangents on a flat plane? See, this is already proving you wrong. It talks about tangent. So you're trying to gaslight your audience, Mouse. That's what you're doing. You're gaslighting. You're taking the information here and saying, that's not at all what that means. I know better. It's sad. I keep repeating myself. I'm sorry.
No.
That's a good signal.
You know, if I'm not on some of my ammunition, I'll go in here and take a look and see if I can find a box that's close by. On the different ammunition, based on the rating of the feet per second, the muzzle velocity rating, it tells you how much drop to expect at the different distances. There's like half the ammo's got like a little chart right on the side of the damn.
And you know what's funny is if you take that gun and you make it level, you level it out, level the barrel out, and you have a some sort of mechanism like a nano thin wire that's holding a bullet up, and the wire is right across the barrel of that gun. And when you shoot that gun, as soon as the bullet comes out of the muzzle, it's going to cut that wire and make that bullet drop, that other bullet drop. Both of those bullets will hit at the exact same time. Wrap your tiny little brain around that.
You know, you're always dealing with that because all you're doing is you're fighting drop with linear motion. It's still dropping at the same rate as it would if you dropped it next to the gun when you fire it. It's going to drop at that same rate. What you're doing is you're eating up that drop time with lateral movement.
And that's how an orbit works. That's how an orbit works. You just go faster than your rate of fall.
That's what you're doing. And so the higher the muzzle velocity, you're going to get less drop over distance. It's that simple.
Yep.
Yeah, Michael, that was a good link you put in there.
Yeah, we're going to go through that as well, probably.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like that one. I've seen it before, but I do like it.
Okay, now we're going to go to the explanatory notes, what they call Coriolis. So, Bob, this is your Coriolis effect.
I mean, you're going to gaslight and misinterpret it lie about it. You're saying the Earth is stationary and flat by citing a manual that says it's not. Can you see how ridiculous this is?
Right. The elements of standard trajectories, with the exception of column 6, these columns need to no explanation. Gives the drift for the guns rifled with the final twist of the turn.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, bullets are rifled. Rifles are rifled. It helps the round maintain trajectory. Gives it a aerodynamic spin.
That's called a spin drift, mate. Okay, obtain the drift of the guns rifled with the final twist for turn in 32 calibers, multiply the figures in column blah blah. Column 10 to 19 give differential effects due to variations from standard conditions. In these conditions, the effects are proportional to the variations. For example, the effective range is a 10 knot wind. Wind! Not earth rotation.
Yeah, wind. There's wind as well as Earth's rotation. Yep.
Is turbulated in column 13, obtaining effective 20 knot wind, multiplied to tabular volume. Because your guys, you see, this is one thing I have to make things they have to understand. When a globe manual or something says Coriolis, it's based on wind. They call.
No, it's not based on wind. No, it's not. You're lying again. You're lying again.
All the wind Coriolis.
Of course they do.
That's what they do.
They called it Mariah.
Just hurricanes.
Exactly.
So madness.
It's like these guys don't actually understand the things they're reading.
Hear that nervous laughter?
No.
It's like they don't understand what they're reading. Are you serious? Did you just say that? Did you just say that? The person that's misrepresenting a document right now that debunks you? I can't take anymore. Done. I can't. That right there did it. That right there did it. He's misrepresenting a document that proves him wrong and gaslighting about it. And then he has the nerve to say that we do that. That's just vile. That's dishonesty on the highest level. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm done. I'm gonna go play Gray Zone. This game here. This is a guy that's streaming it. It's a fun game. I'm a Mithras, so I'm down at the bottom of the map. And you have to you have to do missions. You have to contend with AI that are very, very good shots, like really good shots. I'm basically practicing now, so I'm resetting my character until I get better, until I know the lay of the land, and then I'll set the character and keep going. But I'm working on the first few missions, and if I die, some guy gave me a really nice rifle. I mean, with a 1x 4x scope, silencer, hand grip, front grip. I mean, really nice gun that I couldn't buy. You had to be level 3 with the trader to buy it. I'll be right back. So he gave me this really nice gun, plus like 400 rounds of armor piercing ammo. So I load up my magazines with it, take the nice gun in, and there's like 3 guys ahead of me. You can see this. There's like 3 guys. I got a wall to my right, and there's like 3 guys off to the left a little bit. So I take care of them, and then I'm advancing to the corner to come around the corner, and I hear voices, and like 5 guys come out from around that corner and just obliterate me, one tap me. But that's the only gear fear I've had in the game. Gear fear is the fear of losing your gear because you die in the field. But it's not so much with this game because the traders sell everything. You can just buy a new one. In Tarkov, there's some things that you have to be at a really high level, or sometimes the traders won't have them. You have to find it. So, and then I went back to get it and go back to my body. I couldn't find my body. It had glitched out and despawned when it's not supposed to. So that was gone. So anyway, but it's a fun game. You do missions, you do tasks for the different traders, and then you get the more tasks you accomplish, the higher your prestige is with them, and you get access to better guns, better arms, better ammo, better stuff. So, like he's gonna. Now that should have killed that guy, man. That's a Remington 700 sniper rifle. It's actually it's not Remington. That's Winchester. It's a Winchester Model 7. But they say it's an R700. So if they can't say the brand name, they can't say the brand name or else they'll get in trouble. They got to give money to Remington. So they change it. But anyway. But that's the game. And I like playing it. And it's like $35. It's really not that expensive a game. Like I think Tarkov was 60. So or Call of Duty was 60 or something like that. I've got my patches on, or I'm wearing my patch, nicotine patch, and it's itching. So I'm kind of sensitive to it a little bit. But yeah, all we saw here tonight or today was just dishonest people. Can't admit when they've been beaten. Can't admit that what they've been indoctrinated into is a lie. Gaslighting. Misrepresenting science and physics, cherry picking, just sad behavior for grown adults. So, yeah, and it's not as sad as this, though. Do this and then we'll close out. Yeah, it's not as sad and pathetic as this.
So that man is Andrew Johnson Eduardo.
Hi, I'm Andrew, but you might also know me as Eduardo.
Oh, and by the way, comments are turned off. Because of course they are.
There's about 20,000 different names from all these different soccer accounts.
No, he's got like 6 or 7, not 10,000.
Because he literally has nothing better to do.
Yeah, he's a science communicator and he hates when people lie about science, so he corrects them. It's comedy for us. He's a source of humor.
No hair.
Hi, I'm Andrew, but you might also know me as Eduardo.
No life. Probably still lives with his...
I mean, is that supposed to hurt his feelings? Is that supposed to hurt his feeling? Egghead? You're calling him an egghead? See, that's what bullies call smart people, egghead.
Mommy. He likes to get people to make videos about me, my friends, my partner.
Yes, the idiots in your life and you. Yes. You're not smart and he corrects you.
Because you see,
But you're not honest enough to accept the correction.
he has nothing to do.
He has nothing.
Hi, I'm Andrew, but you might also know me as Eduardo.
Apart from stalk flat earthers.
Stock flat earthers. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Because, you know, he's a sad little man.
You can't stalk anyone on the internet, you moron.
He really needs to get a hobby, a life, a girlfriend.
Really, every day for like 2 or 3 hours, you're in that chat. You do all your videos. Let's see what her videos are about. She got 2 of them. So yeah. But your entire life is flat earth. And you say, get a hobby. His hobby is debunking idiots. That's his hobby.
Mental health. I don't know, anything.
Mental health. You think the earth is flat despite all of science proving you wrong. You need some therapy.
Hi, I'm Andrew, but you might also know me as Eduardo.
Stop stalking everybody.
Hi, I'm Andrew, but you might also know me as Eduardo.
And then there's Jack of all trades, master of none.
Jack of all trades gets a shout out.
Wow, he's really good at stealing other people's contents, making up accounts in other
You know, the music could be a little lower. Just saying.
people's names. That's fraud. Yeah, and spreading lies and hate about people. He's a sad little man. Nobody knows who he is because, you know, he has to hide. Whereas me, I was using my real name, my real picture, but now they have to keep editing it and calling me vile names because they've got nothing better to do. And he's got a hobby, life, girlfriend, job, mental health, you know, restraining order. It's all stalkers. But yeah.
A restraining order from a what? From your channel? From Flatzoid? Wow. If you don't like being criticized, make your stuff private. Make it private. If you're going to put your ignorance out on the internet, people are going to respond to it, okay? It's not trolling, it's criticism.
It's actually really sad that you have nothing to do but make shit about other people. I actually feel sorry for you. That's how sad you really are. Like, what am I going to do today? I know I'm going to harass people.
See, Nathan Oakley at this point would say, share your pain.
Because I can. And then we come to rate.
I mean, your salty tears nourish us.
5 zeros.
Now listen to the way this slanderous, evil, deceiver of men talks. Has anyone detected any sign of alcoholism from Rachie?
She is a 0, I'll give her that. Tonight I stooped to her level because she told my partner to shut the F up.
Yeah, probably because he wouldn't shut the F up when she was trying to talk. That's probably why. See, your partner is a a mongrel. Your partner is a uncouth lout.
Because she's a
and incomprehensible at that.
drunk. You see, she doesn't do anything without a drink. She can't.
Really? So you know this for a fact?
You know, it's sad.
See, this is slander. In the United, I don't know how the laws are in the UK, but in the United States, this is called slander.
She needs to go and get help. Like serious help. Being in that wolf pack.
And since you've posted and the drunk, it would also be called libel. See, slander is spoken, libel is written.
I think she caught rabies because she's acting a bit like a rabid dog. Mind you, she is a dog. And that cheap wig, oh gosh, it's terrible.
I mean, this is just female jealousy at this point. This is pretty pathetic.
It's probably off we're shorting you. It's awful. And then we have being drunk in charge of a vehicle. And on the internet. Like what?
And on the internet? On the internet part's what you focus on? Where the hell are your priorities?
Your head a wobble. Yeah. Talking to men that have done nothing wrong to her. Like,
Oh, except call her all kinds of names. See, as soon as Rachie snapped out of the Flat Earth cult and came back to reality, you guys called her every name in the book. So how do you think she's going to react? Huh? How do you think she's going to react to you people calling her every name in the book because she found truth?
shite. All because what? She's got an...
See, she had the nerve to talk back. So that hurt their feelings. So this person made a video.
ego that's bigger than whatever. But yeah.
And notice there isn't a debunking any of this, right? There isn't anything saying how they're wrong. This is just an attack on character. This is a complete ad hominem video, 5 minutes and 56 seconds long. Way to go.
She's a nasty little girl. You see, she thinks that she's hard, and she's not.
I guarantee you she's hotter than you. Let's see your face. Let's see your face.
She's just a sad little drunk. Needs to actually get sober. Because, you know, you've got a kid. Or does the bottle come...
When you... Thanks, Karen. Is your first name Karen?
Because from what I've seen recently, all you do is get drunk and be an abusive bitch.
I mean, this just sounds like a Monty Python skit at this point. Oh, she sounds like a right drunk, she does.
I don't.
Hello, Mrs. Pedestrian. Hello, Mrs. Non-Pedestrian. Where you been? I've been shopping. What'd you buy? Bought a piston engine. Why'd you buy a piston engine? It was a bargain.
I don't drink, so I'm just a bitch naturally.
Yeah, you're proud of that.
You see, I don't need a drink. I don't need a drink to say what I think.
Well, neither does Rachie.
But Rachie does, because, you know, she's a pisshead. Either that, just that, or she's on drugs as well. And I'd say she's on drink and drugs, because there's something not quite right.
Man, you just keep digging your slander hole deeper, don't you?
Yeah, I bet Birmingham's really proud of you. Gosh, shocking. You're a disgusting little bitch. Really. And all.
Well, I'm done with this. So just to show you how pathetic these people are, this is how pathetic they are. So thanks for watching, guys. Click like, subscribe, click the bell notification. Drop some cash if you can. It helps the channel out. Helps me out, and it brings awareness of internet cancer to the world. So think of the children. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hey, Real Cygnus. God damn it. Sorry. Finally got. Yeah, you missed 2 hours. I don't know what's up with YouTube. I really wish I knew. I wish I knew how to fix that. But YouTube doesn't give a shit about people that make them money. So, till they fix that, we're going to get fucked. Sorry about the language. But that's how I really feel about YouTube. So, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. Be seeing you.